asked you what would be the skills and capabilities needed for a change maker. How do you see that one?
So I think when we talk about change makers, digital transformers, innovators, intrapreneurs relative to entrepreneurs, the two main skills that I've tried to work on and I've seen the success of it is the ability to challenge assumptions. That's huge, because so many times during the innovation process, we move on to the next stage because, for all intents and purposes, of an assumption. And we don't really see that as an assumption. We just see it as a given. We think it's a given. So somebody who's able to really dissect why they've moved from one stage to the other and make sure they reduce as much as possible the assumption premium, I would say that's a huge, huge feat. And it's difficult to do that because you have to be very self-critical, and you have to be able to be critical with your team as well to make sure that everything that someone is doing, or as much as they can, deduce physically, is not based on an assumption. So having that humility of challenging those assumptions, I think is critical. And the second thing that I've noticed is that you have to be very exploratory. As Kario Dweck said, the open mindset, where you're able to go and explore beyond what is in front of you. So the ability to think in abstract terms, the ability to think beyond the physical, I think that's key. A lot of innovation projects and corporate innovation initiatives by companies are focused on execution. So you go to your boss as an entrepreneur within a company with an idea. The first thing your boss says is put together a business case. Now, the business case is an execution document. It's not an exploration document.
Right.
But innovation is not about execution. Execution is a stage of it, but you have to have the exploration. So being able to have that exploratory mindset and being able to explain yourself to your bosses within that entrepreneurship model of a corporate infrastructure is key, because as much as they try to push you with an execution, you have to be able to, as a change maker, explain the benefits of exploration.
Yeah, I think it's connected to the way that we need to really lead the company. So a good leader would understand what are the challenges right now and still have a vision and where you want to get to, what's the aim that could be their future. And you have a few hypotheses and you're trying to check them out. And what you said in the beginning, that you need to really examine yourself again and again and to question yourself again and again in order to be sure, is connected to something that I heard from one of Amazon's leader I talked to in an innovation summit, I think 2 months ago. And one of the speakers was from innovation in Amazon. And he said that they are doing their best in order to devalidate what they're doing within their company as fast as possible and do it again and again, because they rather fail within the company and to really be sure that they're on the right direction before they're investing the whole money. So questioning yourself is a part of trying to fail, but in your conditions, and not fail within the market, which is much harder. So it's connected to that.